Welcome to 2022 in review, and it's been a massive year. I know for many Kiwis, this year started out in a really horrible way. We were sitting right in the heart of the mandates prior to that, and we're coming up to Christmas now. Many people were told they weren't allowed to attend Christmas parties with their work. They were told that they're not allowed to go to their families' Christmas events. And at a time when there's meant to be so much love and joy, there was also a lot of heartache. Then it came into New Year's and people weren't allowed into bars or clubs to celebrate just because they didn't want some chemicals inside of their body that other people told them they had to have if they were going to be a truly good Kiwi. I've made a lot of discoveries about myself this year, some of which came as a really big shock, including the fact that apparently I'm on the border of becoming a domestic terrorist. Yes, that's right, something no one ever thought would happen, but apparently if you braid your hair, watch YouTube videos, and speak out online against Jacinda Ardern's government, you could also potentially be a domestic terrorist. Crazy things that we never thought would happen or be said in New Zealand are now being said by this government. And apparently we've just got to suck it on up, roll along with it, keep getting boosted and not speak out against Jacinda Ardern. I know I still will be speaking out against Jacinda Ardern, not only in the last few days of this year, but rolling on strong into next year as well. So let's look at what 2022 has changed for me and for Operation People, whose channel you are now watching. At the beginning of this year, I was still employed in my role in investments. I was looking at what happens over the next year. We were right in the middle of mandates, and I was thinking, how can I help Kiwis? I'd started to do videos already. They'd gotten a lot of attention, and I had to sit down and go, am I going to continue working and investing, or is speaking out and being supportive of our fellow New Zealanders more important? So I had the conversation with my partner, who's now my lovely fiance, another thing thanks to 2022, and we decided that the best thing for me was actually to go full-time into creating videos talking about what was really happening in New Zealand. So on the 10th of January, I left my job, I started doing videos full-time, and a mere 4 weeks later came the big Parliament protest. Now, obviously, something deep inside me knew that I needed to have my full-time job be making videos and speaking to you guys, even though, of course, at the time it felt like a huge step, because that Parliament protest and the live streams that I did during that protest had a really big impact on the amount of people that came and had a big impact on how the public managed to see the Parliament protest and the protesters, who were not some horrible, terrible domestic terrorist, nasty, awful people. Of course, any event, you're going to have a few rough people on the edges. But that protest was full of beautiful, kind, good-hearted people. And thanks to the live streams, the vast majority of New Zealand got to see that and got to see that actually everyone just wants what's best for the country and they want unity. And that's what that protest was all about. How can we build a New Zealand that's reunited again? How can we build a New Zealand that's connected again? And after that protest, I had to sit there and think, well, what is my role in this? How can I best serve New Zealand and what would that look like? So I sat down with some of the team that was helping me at the time, Phil and Jacob, and we decided to launch Operation People. Operation People is an independent media company. We started it in July, I think, this year. I'm going to say June, but I think it might have been registered in July. And we started creating content talking about more investigative work, official information acts, which are requests that we put into the government for their documents, and started showing you what's happening behind the scenes. Who are the people that are calling the shots here in New Zealand behind the scenes? A few months later, we got back some of those official information acts that showed that the government was trying to target us to be censored. Clearly, they don't want you knowing who's calling the shots. They want you to stay in your nice, safe bubble of sit down, watch the 6 p.m. news, be told what to think, and don't speak out against it. Now, they may have successfully done that to a group of people, but there is a large group out there that are sitting down, seeing the 6 o'clock news and thinking, something about all of this doesn't really add up. They've got questions and we're here to help answer them. So that's what we've been focused on doing this year. We've had a trip over to Europe, which we were invited to for a conference, and we ended up going into Ukraine. You can see some of those videos out now on our website. And we've just been focused really on how we can prioritize next year What can we do? How can we produce videos? How can we show you guys what's going on internationally and how that affects New Zealand? So at the moment, we're busy building the infrastructure to do that. We've got our investigative work that we're doing on the side of that. There are currently 2 of us working full-time in Operation People, and we're hoping that next year we can look at doing more fundraising and that we can get the rest of the team on full-time so that we can produce a lot more videos for you guys, build the website better, and how we can expand and grow and bring you guys the truth about what's going on here in New Zealand. There aren't many investigative groups working here in New Zealand, so we're one of the only ones that are actually doing particularly independent media investigative work and behind the scenes investigative work. So that's an area that we're really excited to grow and develop coming into the new year. But we would love to hear from you. How was your 2020-22? How are you going now? And what are you looking forward to in 2023? We know it's going to be a big one. And all I would say is if everyone can make sure they get some good quality family time, go out and enjoy the sunshine. We know New Zealand summers are always beautiful, and try and get a really big rest, because come 2023, things may heat up, they may get a little bit spicy, and we're all going to need to have a whole big dose of energy coming in for the new year. So thank you so much to every single person that has watched a video, even if they didn't like us. Thank you for watching along, watched a video, commented, shared, donated, supported us in any way, because it really means the absolute world. And we're so stoked that we've had such a big impact here in New Zealand in less than 6 months. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hopefully I get to see you in person at some stage during our tours of New Zealand. What do you guys think? Was that all right? I felt a bit waffly. Okay, cool.